Well, it's no secret that Austinites love to be on the water. Stand-up paddling, canoeing, kayaking. Well, now there's a new electric adventure to be had on the lake with Electric Surf Co., who put the power of the waves in your hand. Right, Dwayne?
That's right.
I'm here with Luke Shaw, co-owner, along with Dwayne Anderson of Electric Surf Co., and we are right here on the water. Thanks for inviting me out to your space. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Turned out to be a beautiful day.
It really did. You know, I'm sure it's always a beautiful day on the lake, especially when you get on these incredible machines. Tell me a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have here, this is what's called an E-foil. E stands for electric, and it's a foil board. It has a motor, propeller, and it's all powered by a battery. Here in the middle we have, this is called a one wheel. It's also an electric board. This is more for the land.
Yeah.
And over here on the left side we have what's called a Radin jet board. So it's like an electric surfboard that just rides right on the water. Don't need the wave, don't need a rope or anything like that. Just all you need is a power, battery power, and the remote.
What is the story of Electric Surf Co.?
Yeah, absolutely. So growing up, I loved all board sports. When I saw the one wheel, it was something that I could just unlock my front door, jump outside, and do the same thing, get the same feel as a snowboard ride, but just on this board.
Yeah.
As far as the water sports goes, I also love, like I said, I like wakeboarding and wake surfing. And now with these items, you don't have to get a friend to pull you on a boat. You don't need a rope. You don't need a wave. You can literally just drop into the water and have that same ride and feel without doing all that hassle of the boat or the plane.
So you and Dwayne got together and thought we need to provide this access for everybody in Austin. Tell me a little bit about that story.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and Dwayne met Austin One Wheel Club, and we both have board sport background. Dwayne surfs, and through that, I started renting these out in my garage. COVID hit. The rental business kind of picked up a little bit more. People started buying them. So we started, selling and renting one wheels out of his garage. And next thing we know, we expanded to a retail space now in South Lamar in downtown.
Cool. Did you find that people were kind of hungry to be outdoors during that time?
It definitely was a huge catalyst for people to start, buying things that got them more outdoors and get to kind of experience the outdoors more. So I feel like that definitely helped a lot.
You showed me a little bit of this just for a little preview here on land. It sounds like a powerful machine. About how fast do these go?
Yeah, so these E-foils advertised go about 32 to 35 miles per hour. The one wheel advertised about 20 miles per hour. Okay. And then this one is also about 32, 35 miles per hour.
Do I have to go that fast?
You do not have to go that fast. Yeah, on the water, everything feels so much faster. So when you're riding these, when you're about 7 to 10 miles per hour, it's plenty fast, and it's really about the carve and the ride and the flow of the ride.
Who is this good for?
Yeah, great question. So anyone with a board sport background, it's great for, but at the same time, if you like adventure, if you like anything outdoors, people have learned this without board sport experience as well. So it's really for anyone that just wants to get outdoors and have fun.
How fun. How about kids and families? Is this a good idea?
Absolutely. We have kids, we have families that book us, adults, kids, they all love it.
Well, I can't wait to see a pro use this. Dwayne's going to get on the water and show us a little bit about how one of these boards work. Let's do it. All right, so we've heard all about it. Now it's time to see it in action. Dwayne's actually on the water in a jet board. I'm here. We're connected via Bluetooth in these helmets. I think this is going to be my first ever dock to lake interview ever. All right, Dwayne, let's see how this starts. How do we get going?
All right, so I start out laying on the board like this with my feet hanging off the back. I have the controller in my hand. I give it a little bit of throttle to get some speed going. And with a little bit of speed, the board becomes more stable.
Okay.
I can move up to my knees. And with a little more speed, and when I'm comfortable and feeling balanced, then I can just stand up on the board.
Oh, wow. So it does seem like this makes this pretty easy for all levels of experience, right?
Yeah, it's really easy to try out. Yeah, and depending on how comfortable you are standing on a board, it might take you a little more time to get comfortable standing up. But you can also ride it on your knees, and you can ride it laying down, and that's fun too.
What would a more intermediate person enjoy on the jet board?
Yeah, the jet board's really maneuverable. This is a pretty stable board though. It's a nice good size. It's good for beginners and intermediate, but you still have the ability to carve if you want, and it has plenty of power to go fast if you want.
All right, so we talked a little bit about the speeds. Can you show me about how much faster can it go?
Now we're cruising.
Now we are. That is so cool. What is your favorite thing about being on the jet board?
The way you move your body around and shift your weight, move your feet around, and be able to control the board, have full control, all through your feet and your body weight.
Oh, that is awesome. So when people return to the dock, Dwayne, what are some of the things you've heard from people who are experiencing this for the first time?
That is one of the funnest things they've ever done. Pretty common.
Yeah.
It's really peaceful out on the water. And even with the jet going, it's still pretty quiet, much quieter than anything that's powered with a gas motor.
That is so much fun, Dwayne. Thank you for being my very first ever dock to lake interview. That was so cool.
My pleasure.
Excellent, and now we're actually gonna check out to see how the Flightboard e-foil works on the water right now with Luke.
All right, so we have the battery hooked up to the e-foil, ready to drop her in the water.
How do you get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So the trigger, you just go ahead and get her ready. Whenever you pull the trigger, the board is ready to go forward. So you just stay on your stomach, and then when you pull the trigger, you start leaning forward. It's just, so when people start riding, I usually have them stay on their stomach, just so they can kind of learn the board and how the board works.
Okay.
I usually have people just slowly get up onto their knees. And you can kind of just play around. You can turn left, you can turn right when you're on your knees here.
So, Luke, what makes the elevation happen? Is that speed?
Yeah, so it's a combination of speed and also the wings underneath lifting you up.
Oh, I see.
As the motor pushes you forward, I kind of lean back and the wing will kind of glide up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. How does it compare to the jet board as in terms of getting just a fun, different experience on the water?
So I really only can describe it as like a magic carpet ride. With that, you're still on a board, so it's kind of like a really smooth surf or a really smooth wakeboard ride.
It does seem really smooth. And does it feel pretty stable from here? It looks like you're floating on one tiny fin, but...
Yeah, it is actually very stable. So that fin underneath, that wing underneath is providing all the stability you need. It's a fun board sport, and like I said earlier, you don't have to be a board sport enthusiast to enjoy it.
Thank you for showing us around on the water.
Yes, absolutely.
So cool.